Hey guys, Chlorine King here. Welcome back for another vlog. I love sharing information with you guys and helping you guys get better to make the industry just a better place, but more professionalism and all that fun stuff. So this question I've been getting a lot with people, and that is how to bid on a pool. So you're going out, someone calls you, say, hey, we want pool service from you, and you go out there and you don't know what to do. Well, I can give you some guidelines and things to look for to help you guys price right so you're not wasting time and not making money. The very first thing you guys have to do before you even drive out to the property is establish a minimum. And the reason I say that is, you know, people negotiate by nature, which is fine, but if they can't meet your minimum, there's no point. Your minimum, you need to figure out what your costs are, your insurances, your vehicle costs, your truck payment if you have one. You need to encompass all that into a final cost per pool so you know, hey, I can't go below X amount of dollars or I'm not making anything. I see routinely these $60, $50. I saw one dude, I was cycling the other day, and I saw one dude posted on his truck $42.50 for pool service, for a monthly pool service. I almost crashed. I couldn't believe it because I don't know how in the world he's making money. But he's not, more than likely, there's no way he's actually taking consideration all of his costs because you're just not making money. I mean, that's $10 a visit before any of your costs. I mean, what's the point? So you guys have to figure out your minimum rate before you even drive out there, because that way you're not wasting time, you're not wasting the client's time, and it's a good way to pre-qualify people. If you say, hey, Mrs. Jones, my minimum is $140 a month. If you're okay with that, I'd be happy to provide an estimate. Well, if they say, yeah, sure, come on out, that means they've already pre-qualified for at least $140. And so that way you're not going out there. There's a story that I told in one of the videos back in the day. When I went out to this dude's house, I spent an hour. I solved 3 problems that the pool company couldn't figure out. And then when it came time to, oh yeah, I'll take on your pool for, I think it was $150 a month, he goes, wow, that's way expensive. I'm paying only $90 a month. And, needless to say, I just went out there, wasted an hour of my time, resources driving out there, and it turned out to be a dud because we were nowhere near compatible in prices. So that's why you need to establish a minimum, and always try to get a minimum out there when you're doing your pre-qualification, when you're on the phone with the client initially, your first contact. That's priority number 1. Priority number 2, now this is a huge trick or tip to make sure you're not taking on a piece of crap, because there are some pools out there where they're the lowest points in the yard. I've taken on some of them not knowing this. And what does that mean for you? That means every time the lawn people come, every time rain happens, anytime the sprinklers come on, your pool is a collection point for everything to run to. And you can guarantee during the rainy parts of the season, just every week when the yards people come, every week you're going to come to a headache. That is one thing you have to look for when you're coming up to a pool. Is it the low point? If it is, back away. Say, hey, I can't service this unless you install a French drain or a screen or whatever type of barrier possible to eliminate excessive debris and dirt getting into the pool. So that's the first thing you should look at when you get to the property. If it's above grade, good. Now the next thing you look at is the equipment. Is the equipment sized properly? Do you have a 2 horsepower pump on a 50-foot square cartridge? I've seen that too. There's no way that filter is working properly. And what does that mean for you? That means you're swimming upstream each week trying to battle this thing, and it's nothing that you can even do unless you get that fixed. So if it's going to be undersized or improperly done equipment, that's something you need to take in consideration in your bid if you're going to go forward with the pool. That would be $10-15 extra because you're going to have to count on extra chemicals going in. So definitely take a good look at the equipment and make sure it is proper for the pool. If you have, a 100 square foot cartridge on a 40,000 gallon pool, back away. That's going to be a problem. There's no way that filter can handle all that water. you're going to be cleaning. You're going to have to clean that thing twice a week in order just to keep the pool clear. So definitely take a good look at the equipment. If you guys don't know, email me. Message me on YouTube or whatever. I will help you guys. I don't want you guys spinning your heads and being improperly priced and losing money at this. That's not the point of a business. So once you look at the pool equipment, then look at the size of the pool, which obviously you have to do to look at the size of the equipment, see if it's proper for a pool. But take a look at the pool. A 10,000 gallon pool should not cost the same service as a 40,000 gallon pool. You're going to be spending a lot more time cleaning it up each week. You're going to be spending a lot more time in chemicals, a lot more money in chemicals just from the sheer extra chemicals required to treat a 40,000 gallon pool versus a 10,000 gallon pool. Another thing you guys should look at is it screened in. If it's screened in, that should be a good sign, and that should be more towards your minimum, depending on size, because the likelihood of debris getting in there is going to be slim to none. It's going to make your day easier. So, take that in consideration. I guess this could be considered a credit section for the client, if you will. Screen enclosure, great. If it's not, are there tons of trees around? If there's tons of trees around, that means your pool's going to be a toilet for all the leaves. So take that in consideration, the time extra. Does it have an auto cleaner? More importantly, does it have an auto cleaner that's appropriate for the pool? If it's a major leafy pool and you got a Hayward Navigator with a tiny little suction port, that's going to get clogged. And how those things work by nature is having all the suction geared towards that cleaner. So that clogs, your circulation bogs down, then you start having water quality issues. So take that in consideration too. And then once you do that, take a look at the surrounding areas. Is there a lot of runoff? Is there grasses and planters all over? Because when it rains, all the treatments that are done in those plants are going to end up in the pool, cause some metal issues maybe, cause some staining issues. Just stuff like that is all important for making sure that you're bidding the pool properly. So those are the things you need to look at. Now, as far as price goes, I really can't help you there. Because it varies so wildly. I know up in like Jacksonville, they're getting $250 a service visit, and where here most people are around the $75 to $85. Not me. I'm well north of that, but it totally just depends. Call some competitors, see what their rates are, and adjust accordingly. If you're a one-man show, versus me, I got several employees now, I have to be priced higher because I have to take in consideration their salaries. So hopefully this is some help to help you guys price a pool properly, because it's not as simple as just looking at it, oh, that looks easy, I'll do it for $80 a month. You really have to iron down a process. That's pretty funny. A dude wasn't realizing he's walking right in front of everybody. But anyways, you really have to iron down a process and know your numbers before you go into it. So that way you're not walking away, oh great, I got an account, and then 6 months later you realize you've lost $50 a month on the pool because it's just not priced properly. And the cool thing about the pool business is, guys, you don't have to take on every single account. If you walk in with your price and that's your price. You don't walk into a dentist office and say, hey, you want to charge me $1,200 for root canal, will you take $600? No, that's his price. Just like that's your price for pool service. So don't worry about trying to land every single account. It's just not going to happen. And if you are, that means your price way too cheap. So go in there firm, know your price, speak confidently, know your numbers, and put a solid bid on the pool. And if they notice all the value you bring and the professionalism, they will pay. So hopefully you guys learned a little bit here to how to bid a pool. Always like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. Smash that subscribe button and hit that bell icon. That way you get every video I load up. And if you guys have any other good topics for videos, let me know. Post in the comments section. I'll be surely to touch on them. So take care, guys. Have a great day and kill the pool business. See you later.